What's going on YouTube? My name is FG3000. I'm back in the place to be and welcome back to Food Fantasy. Now in today's video, I want to kind of show you the modes that I have unlocked so far. Now this game is kind of slow when it comes to unlocking new modes. So if you're playing the game and you want to know what's on the horizon, hopefully this video will help. And I'll also kind of show you some tips and some pitfall avoidances to kind of help you through your journey. Now I actually don't have all of the modes unlocked in the game just yet. One big example being guilds. I still don't have guilds unlocked. So as far as making a guild and inviting people, I can't do it yet because I still don't have it unlocked. Right now I'm level 27 and that option just has not become available to me just yet, but as soon as it does, I will be right there. All right, so let's just kind of take it from the top and I'll show you, you know, what I've kind of uncovered so far and some of my thoughts on some of the things that are in the game. Now, number one, this time limited discount, like this will pop up a few times. I say pass on this. This is $5 for half a summon and 90,000 gold. The 90,000 gold is basically nothing. As you guys can see, I have 464,000 gold right now. So the 90K gold is nothing. So $5 for half a summon, I don't think is a very good deal at all. So time limited discounts, I say pass on those. Now the level up packs I think are a good deal. Like compared to that time limited discount, check a look at this. This is $2 more. You get a full summon, 500,000 gold, 30 EXP potions, 20 seasonings for skills, and then 2,000 talent points. So compared to that, it's not even close. So if you're gonna buy anything in the game, I think the level up packs are the better deal. I would avoid these time limit things like the plague. So forget about that. In addition to that, do keep in mind that we do have this 20-day event going on right now, or 20 days left. Basically, there are 7 days of achievements and challenges that you have to achieve. If you do so, you get yourself a free ultra rare character at the end of it. So this is something that you really need to be paying attention to, making sure you knock these things out. You do have plenty of time, so I assume that most players will get this, but that is something to kind of take note of. We'll keep on going. Now, dailies don't unlock, you know, most games have dailies unlocked like at the very beginning of the game. But dailies in this game unlock a little bit later. The only thing I'll say on this, because it's pretty self-explanatory, eventually you'll have a quest that'll ask you to complete 11 dailies, but you'll only have 10. Don't fret, just keep on leveling. You will eventually unlock a mode which will allow you to complete 11 dailies in one day. The game doesn't really do a really good job of explaining what's going on. You might think the game is bugged, but it's not bugged. You just don't have that 11th task available to you based off of your level. So keep leveling, you will get there. And then events are pretty straightforward. This is just login stuff. We're not going to really cover that. Shops. So let's talk about shops really quick. So the item shop, I hope the developers are kind of listening to this. There needs to be more in this shop that can be purchased by gold. Everything in here is only diamonds, which, you know, whatever. Lots of games do diamond shops like this, but they also have a few things that you can buy with gold as well, like on a rotation. That needs to come here like ASAP. Like there's nothing to buy with gold in here. So even if it's only like 3 or 4 items, that's something that I hope that they change in the future, because one beginner seasoning for 5 diamonds is a terrible value, but that would be okay if it was like gold, right? You'd buy it then if it was gold based. So hopefully they take a look at that and hopefully they change that. Skins are in the game. Now you can buy certain skins with free-to-play currency via these appearance vouchers, and I'll show you all about those in a little bit later. There's also a black tea skin that can be purchased with appearance vouchers as well as diamonds. So if you really like black tea, she looks pretty cool in this little outfit there with her nightgown with her black wings tattoo. Pretty edgy, nice. So that's that. Now the tip store, now when it comes to the overall shards and who you should focus on, I'm not close enough to the meta to tell you which characters you should focus on, but I will say every single time you have the opportunity to buy these seasonings, because eventually you'll get to a point where these things are really sought after to level up characters. So this is something that you need to buy on cooldown. Now as far as characters, I say just use your best judgment, or there might be some players out there that played on a previous version that might be able to tell you who's more meta. But for me, this is the thing right here, just beginner summonings, buy those ASAP. And these are the tips that you get from running your restaurant, which we'll also talk about. Next up is the medal store. So once you unlock PvP, and we'll show you that in this video, you'll unlock medals. You usually get quite a bit. So I've just been buying shards of characters that I do not have. So once again, use your best judgment here. I'm not close enough to the meta to tell you who's strong and who's not. But I don't think you can go wrong by unlocking all of the things and then just kind of taking it from there. So that is that. As you kind of level up through the game, you'll unlock a mode called Trials. So there's a few different things in here. So there's daily trials, which is just basically, if you're kind of familiar with hero collectors, there's a daily mode that you can kind of attack here to get materials. So this first one will award you seasoning supplies. The next one are those appearance vouchers that I told you. Collect enough of these, you can unlock a skin for free. EXP, and then there's also Spirit Reincarnators, which will allow you to re-roll your stats on Fallen Angels, which we'll also talk about in this video as well. Now these are actually all different. So this one's a speed challenge. So you just want to bring straight DPS to try to kill this thing as fast as possible. After a few seconds, the boss will enrage and just basically kill you. This next one is the exact opposite. It's a survival challenge. So you want to live as long as you possibly can. This one immune to ordinary attack. This one immune to skill attack. So they're all a little bit different, but basically you just want to go in here and knock these out so you can get yourself some free materials every day. So that's the trial mode. Then there is the showdown mode, which is basically AI versus AI PvP. And I'll just go ahead and show you what this is all about. So you can set up a defense team, you can set up an assault team, which is basically a team that you attack with, and then you can choose your opponent. So all of your opponents have their power displayed here, and you can refresh this list twice if you don't like your opponents. But once you refresh that list twice, it costs diamonds, and then you are stuck with that list of players there. This mode is pure AI versus AI PvP. There's absolutely nothing you can do besides watch and hope for the best. Tempura, man, I need a better tank. Tempura's been letting me down so much. He looks so cool, but he is not a great tank. And if I lose this, I blame Tempura. Like straight up, it's all Tempura's fault.
No need to worry.
Come on, Milk. As you guys can see, I have B52, I have Brownie, which is free on your second day login. Down goes Tempura. I got Black Tea and I have Milk as my main team, and we are going to lose this even though we had a power advantage. GG to Tempura, but he has the ultra rare character that we get on the 7-day login, so she must also be in the summonings as well. So that's a little rude. So yeah, he probably beat me because he had an ultra rare. I'm gonna say that. Total pay to win. So that is PvP here. Now, like I said, since I just lost this fight, what I will do is kind of refresh my list and try to find someone an easier an opponent so I can defeat them, get my medals, buy frags. There's also seasons as well. So there's a lot of stuff kind of going on here. And then you also get rated on your activeness. So as you can see, the more active you are, the more medals you get. So you definitely want to do this. The turns refresh every 14 hours, I believe. So you get 5 attacks every 14 hours. So you might as well just jump in here. Like I said, it is AI versus AI, so maybe you just kind of multitask something else. So that's that. And then last but not least, in the trial mode, there's a thing called Catacombs, which is kind of this interesting kind of mode here. So I'll kind of give you guys a preview. So let's take all these guys. Can I do that? Take all of these guys out of here. So Catacombs is pretty interesting. So you can kind of like bet on how good you think you're going to perform. So right now I can say, do not use any support talents. Check, all right? So now I just upped my treasure at the end. Increase the attack power of the enemy by 15%. Do it. Battle time decreased by 30%, so it gives me a little less time to complete everything. Do it, all right? So if you do these, now it's up to you. If you don't think you're strong enough to handle this, you can kind of bring these down a little bit. But I'm like, you know what? All in, I'm gonna take all of the restrictions. We're gonna bring barbecue, and then we're also going to bring seasoning, which is my hill. And then we're gonna bring tempura, black tea, milk, Brownie, and B52, and then we're gonna jump in here. So some of your skills, wait. Do not, no. You know what? I think I'm strong enough to do it. Okay, so this is a support talent, obviously, FG. Come on, get it together. All right. So I gotta beat this with no support talents. Do I trust my tempura enough? Oh, I don't trust him. I don't trust him. So this is a really good example here. So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna not accept this part of the contract and then confirm. And basically you go through all of these different nodes here, defeat the enemies and get the reward at the end. So it's actually a pretty neat thing. And as you guys can see, I kind of had to go through, oh, wait a minute. Dang it, I could have did it. Oh, I could have did it. Man, I should have trusted my tempura. There you go. So I just screwed myself over. I could have had a much better reward had I just trusted my tank a little bit, but he lets me down so much. I just was not prepared.
Thank you, attendant.
So he moves on to the next node. Kill this, kill this, kill this. Get the treasure chest at the end. I only have 2 check marks. Once you confirm, you're done. You can't go back and change it. So that is that. So Catacombs is actually pretty cool. I like that mode. So that is all 3 of those. Eventually you'll open up orders as well. So there's 2 different types of orders. There's an order where there's a person out in the world that really is super hungry and wants some food. And they'll have a very specific palate that they want to have satisfied here. So smoked salmon along with some roast beef and some mushroom soup. Now, every now and then you might find yourself in a position where you do not have that meal unlocked just yet. So you can ask for help. So what I would do, let's say you're level 10 and you don't have a recipe unlocked, look for people that are like level 15 plus, because they're most likely gonna have that meal unlocked based off of just their level alone. So for example, if I needed mushroom soup, I wouldn't ask a level 11 to do it, because if I can't do it, he can't do it. I'm level 27. So that is that. So pretty straightforward. And I just actually researched that soup here. There is my mushroom soup. So I'll make one for her. There you go, mushroom soup is confirmed. I love this restaurant aspect, believe it or not. It's just such an interesting touch. So there you go. And I'll send my friends out on a little journey. But before I do that, hold on. Let's go, hold on. I'll take the fame hit there. So in addition to just kind of just riding out and delivering these orders, you can upgrade these bikes. The more you upgrade them, the less time it takes for you to be gone on these deliveries. So don't forget to upgrade these. Once you're actually on a delivery, you can't upgrade them, so you have to do them in your downtime. So what I'm gonna do, there you go. And the cool thing about this game that I've noticed, that it automatically takes your last team. So it doesn't start at your first team, it starts at your last team, because it assumes that you want to use a team that's not your primary. I like that, very cool. So I'll send them off on a journey. Same thing here. You want some fish heads and some calamari skewers, I think that is. I actually don't have another team that can do this delivery, so I'm not gonna do that because I don't wanna tie up my primary team. When you send someone on a journey, they're gone. Like, they're actually gone, so do keep that in mind. So that's delivery orders of food. And then there's also this little mode right here where your characters just kind of go, they're idling for an hour to 30 minutes, or 30 minutes to an hour looking for loot. You definitely want to have a team doing this at all times, because you'll eventually get to a point where you need the resources that come out of this mode to upgrade your restaurant. So allocate a team to do this all day, and just have them go and look for wood and rocks to build up your restaurant, because that is going to be a priority. So just make sure you don't have all your teams doing deliveries. Have a delivery team, have your primary team, and have one of those exploration teams. And you can always take a look at what they're doing based off of this. So that's that. All right, let's keep on rolling. Now, map is pretty self-explanatory. Here's all the different places in the game. As you level up, you're gonna start off in Gloryville. You get a little bit higher level, you'll be in the Light Kingdom, and then vice versa, etc., etc., etc. And you'll move on to these higher level places here. One tip that I'll give you, don't be scared to move on to the next place. As you can see here in the Secret Forest, I'm 56 out of 57. I just cannot 3-star this stupid node right here. I'm not beating it fast enough. I can beat it, but I'm not hitting the time. Screw it, go on to the next location and start going over there. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna go to the Light Kingdom, and here I am over here defeating these stages as well. So don't feel like you get stuck. You can keep on moving past some of those harder stages. Once you kind of get to the end, you don't have to wait until you 3-star everything, basically is what I'm trying to say. So that is that. The airship is a little neat thing. So the airship comes by every 12 to 14 hours. I can't remember the time. This hottie says, hey, here's the food that the airship wants. So it's basically like this flying food service, right? That flies around the world, comes back every 12 hours, and is like, hey guys, we need some smoked salmon, we need some cheese bread, we need some oysters, and we need some of these mushrooms. What you got for me? So when the airship arrives, you basically cook all these meals, give it to the airship. The airship will give you character fragments as a reward. So you always want to do this. I say screw speeding it up, just wait. You don't want to use diamonds and that kind of stuff. So that's kind of cool. Nothing you really have to do other than be prepared for the airship to arrive, make these meals, and get your free character fragments. So very, very cool. Summoning. Every single time you get 900 of these, summon. Summon, summon, summon. Every single time you get 900 of these, or you do actually, if you want to do them one by one, you can. But yeah, that's what they're used for. That's what this currency is used for. Summon, 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 summon. So self-explanatory there. As far as souls, so there's a few different things that I can show you here on the soul screen. Real quick, like quality of life thing, if you don't want to level them up one by one, you can just hit this upgrade button and it automatically upgrades you to the highest level. Just for the sake of this video, let's go to Tiramisu. I hit this upgrade button right there. That's what I meant. I hit that upgrade button and it automatically takes you to the max level. However, if you want to min max, you might want to just kind of like top it off a little bit so you don't hit that very, very end point here. But that's up to you. So that's that. If you want to change your favorite, all you have to do is click that heart and that'll change your favorite here. So if you want someone else, you can do that. There's a lot more to this screen here, so bear with me. So there is a food list also in your character. So where is my spicy gluten? So we'll go over here. So there's food here. So you can feed your food soul food in order to increase the fondness they have for you. So the way that you want to do this, the best way to min max this. So this is, all the time that you're spending making all that food, you're wondering where it's going. This is where it goes. All of that food you use to level up your skills and things like this, it goes into this screen right here. So when you get like normal recipes and you get exquisite recipes, the better the recipe, the better the fondness that character will have for you. So right now, as you can see, here's my food list. None of this stuff Spicy Gluten is really fond of. She'll eat it, but she ain't gonna like it. So here's a little something, something. So I'm gonna go to my restaurant, do some research, and there's probably a wiki that has all of this information here, but I'll just show you here so you kind of get an idea. We'll go ahead and sweep this. Thank you very much. Grab some potatoes, make 2 batches of French fries. We'll go back to our spicy gluten. Did I pass her already? There's spicy gluten. Click here, go to food, set up a plate for her, and look at this star right here. So this lets you know that she likes this food more than the other foods. Now you can feed her anything and she's gonna eat it, but this is the food that's gonna give you the most bang for your fondness buck. All right, so you can, like I said, all you have to do is just look for the little star there and that'll tell you what food they like the most. So that's that. This is just kind of like some lore there. Attributes, pretty straightforward. Ascend allows you to go up star levels. So as you can see here, now she's a 2-star. Skills, once again, I've kind of explained this in another video. First, it costs gold, then it costs us seasoning. This is why I think grabbing seasoning as much as you possibly can in the shop is a high priority. Fallen angels, I'll show you this in a second. And then of course, skin. Whoa! Holy crap! Get that off the screen. Demonetization. So is that all I want to kind of show you for souls? I think that kind of covers most of the basics. I might be missing something, but like I said, I just want to kind of show you guys, something to help you out, avoid some pitfalls. As soon as you can afford to open up these squads, take the sacrifice, spend the diamonds to get more squads unlocked, because this is going to make your game a lot easier to play. As you can see, I have this team delivering, this team delivering, this team exploring, and then I have my main team. So spend the diamonds that you're kind of accruing and then use it to buy these. They get a little bit more expensive as you go along, but this is something that you do want to spend your diamonds on now and just get it out of the way so you always have these team slots unlocked. So that is that. Talents I've already showed you in a previous video. Pretty straightforward. You use your little chef cooking points to upgrade skills. Some skills have to be, the previous skill has to be maxed before you can unlock that specific skill. You can always reset this. What does it cost? Woo! Not gonna do it. I'm just gonna suffer. I'm just gonna suffer. I've been focusing primarily on damage because of the DPS checks on those treasure chests. But up to you. And real quick, we'll talk about that. When you see these treasure chests, these little guys right here, don't bring any defensive units. And if you can, don't bring any healing units. But I know a lot of us have to use milk to set up a combo. But here it's just a straight DPS race. Kill them as fast as you possibly can. That's what they're all about. They're not gonna do any damage to you. They're not gonna kill you. They're basically like a DPS check to say, you can't go past this point because you're not strong enough. And if you can't beat this chest, you can't beat any of this. So that's kind of how that works. All right, so that's talents, and then we'll talk about fallen angels. So eventually you get to a point, as you play through the catacombs that I just showed you, you will start to get some of these little thingies, right? You take those little thingies and put them in this little vault here, and basically you say, all right, I'm gonna purify this thing, and I'll come back in 24 minutes and it'll be purified. Same thing with this, I'll come back in 8 minutes and it'll be purified. If you're feeling really crazy, you can do something called Awaken, which has a very low success rate, but if you don't want to wait 3 hours and 40 minutes, you can try to do that. There's probably ways to increase this percentage rate, but I'm not sure. I say just wait. Same thing here. It costs you crystals in order to unlock more slots. This one I think you can kind of pass on because, I mean, you don't need fallen angels that often. So that's that. So once you actually purify them, you will get these little guys. So this is the one you start off with. We got some koi fish, Ghostella, Ghost Turn, Koi, and basically what these are, the best way I can describe them, they're like runes, they're like modifications. They allow you to give more stats to your characters. Now, certain characters have a preference on who they prefer. So if you take a look at this one right here, her favorite food souls are macaroon, Amarais, and whoever this person is. So you're better off equipping it on those characters specifically. Same thing here. Her favorite, this little fallen angel's favorites are milk, hot dog, and hamburger. So you want to equip them on those, specific ones first. Now, these little guys I think are super generic. So when you get these, they're just meant to be fed into your primary ones. You can still use them as a fallen angel if you want to, but their primary goal is to feed your primary fallen angel. So that's how you level them up, and that's how you get more skills out of them. Now, as you can see, as they level up, more and more levels open up and you get more and more stats. So 10, 20, 30. And as you can see right here, if I equip this on one of my characters, they will get more HP. And if I equip it to someone that this fallen angel prefers, there's even more. Now, if you're not happy with those stats, you can use these spirit reincarnation things that you can get throughout the game, as well as your daily trials. And then you can re-roll these stats. Now, it re-rolls both things. So be aware. It's going to re-roll what it is, so crit damage, defense, attack speed, and it'll also re-roll the value. So if you have crit damage 375, you might re-roll and get crit damage 9. So be cautious, and you can do this 4 times altogether once you get it all the way up to level 30. So that is the Fallen Angel system. Like I said, this is just a way to modify your characters and give them additional stats. So that is that. So we've covered the main meat of the game that I have unlocked so far. The last thing I'll kind of show you is just my restaurant here. So improving your meals allows you to not only cook them faster to make them more appetizing for your customers, they tip more, you level up your restaurant more, etc., etc. Developing new recipes. If I were you, I would just go to the wiki. It'll tell you exactly what stages and what food you need to create recipes. It just takes all the guesswork. I'm doing it. Whatever. So that's just where you want to create new recipes there. Refining, I'm not sure just yet. Magic food I haven't really messed with, but eventually your food souls will get tired and you'll need to refresh their freshness. I've had plenty of these already, but I guess if you eventually run out, you can make more of these. So that is that. There you go. Made some of this to kind of recover the freshness of my food souls because they get tired working in this restaurant all freaking day. An easy way that you can look at it, like here it is, Amarais right here. He is tired, he has no freshness left. He needs to either be fed that potion that I just showed you, or you can just click on him and send him to the ice arena, which is weird. I don't know if that's translated correctly, but they just float around here and they get rejuvenated. So a little weird. She's ready to come out of there, so I'll remove her out. But that way, if you don't want to kind of spend materials to do so, you can do that instead. And then I can get her back to work. Where's she at? Get her back to work. There you go.
Play a game?
So that's that. Every now and then you need to clean out these little guys in your restaurant. If you have a nice size friends list, just have someone help you do it because you actually get more rewards for it. Somebody will eventually help me, I promise. Let's see. Set up a task every single time you can, based off of what you have available. So this was actually a really bad thing for me to do. So 2 hours will go by and I'll be able to select a task. Make sure that you select a task that you can actually do. So I can't cook that meal. So the reason why I did that, I have no clue. But I'm gonna cook some French fries here really quick because they're a very fast meal. And also in this mode, so you have people waiting, they're hungry, they wanna eat. There's 2 things that you need to kind of make yourself aware of. Some meals take a lot longer to cook than others. So if you're really in a crunch and you need to feed people really quick, go to your recipes that cook the fastest, like my French fries cook in 3 minutes. I can knock them out, throw them on a table. But this steak right here cooks in like 3 hours. So if you're trying to like knock out these residents really quickly, that's not the thing to do. But you do want to do this because it lasts longer. So you kind of have to kind of, you know, balance what you can cook fast and what you can cook to last as well. So that is that. That's the prep screen. The staff, I just kind of showed you that already. Intel, this will show you where you are as far as when it's time for you to upgrade your building. Like I said, I'm collecting wood from that exploration mode and I'm collecting rocks. Once I get enough, I'll be able to upgrade my building to a level 5, which is very cool. And then of course you can decorate your building, your restaurant, you know, whatever. As you level up your restaurant, it'll let you know that you can put in more tables mean more customers mean more tips mean more fragments. It all fits together, ladies and gentlemen. And this is your friends list tab of restaurants. So this guy right here has a level 6 restaurant. The loading time is so quick. It's so easy to pop into someone's restaurant and see what they're up to. All 3 of his little servants are super tired. He has this nice little poolside Vegas feeling restaurant. Every now and then, now I can't do it right now, but sometimes you can visit your friends' restaurants and kick out their, you know, their unruly patrons, and you can clean up the restaurant to help them out, and you will get rewards for doing so. So that is that. And you can get a quick look here. Like this guy right here has this dirty restaurant. I've already used up all of my things today, but I can clean his restaurant and get some more tips for my restaurant. So all in all, I think we've kind of covered a lot in this video. As usual, I'll continue to cover things as I unlock them, but hopefully this gives you an idea of what is going on, YouTube, what is going on inside Food Fantasy and why we're all playing this crazy game. I don't know who this person is. Officials level 20 restaurant, like who is this? It's like a GM or something. I don't know what this is, but I think we all have them on our friends list. So that is that. So that will cover what I know so far. Now you guys know everything that I know, which isn't a lot, but hey, I'm trying to help you guys out. So that will do it. Once again, my name is FG3000. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next video. Later.